What else, Ed?
Well, let's see here. Might as well rip the Band-Aid off. Paul Stanley's new book, Backstage Pass, his second memoir, has been released. It is out today. Paul does not speak too well of his former Kiss bandmate Peter Criss in this new tome. While he says it is nice to have Ace Frehley back in his life, Paul says, quote, of Peter, Peter, unfortunately, is a different story. I don't think Peter has any life. I'm quoting Paul's words in this book here. He seems consumed by some kind of reality that his wife tells him. He's always been negative and always maintained an us against them mentality. I don't want that in my life.
I don't know. Look, here's all I'm going to say, okay? Because anything I say is magnified and turned into something and taken out of context and all that. Here's what I'm going to say. For now, I'm going to read the book because a lot of things can be taken out of context, and I am victim of it all the time. So let me read Paul's latest book, and I will take it in. Perhaps I'll even read it on the flight from Jersey to L.A. on Friday night. I'll have 6 hours, and I will then give you my take on the book. But I will say this. I mean, Peter Criss isn't bothering anybody. Peter Criss hasn't been in Kiss in well over 10 years, 15 years. Why? Like, what's the point at going at Peter Criss now? Like, everybody in Kiss has written their books. Peter wrote a book. This is Paul's second book. Ace wrote a book. Gene wrote multiple books. They all shit-talked everybody else at one point or another in the books. They've all shit-talked each other. You know, Paul says those things about Ace now. I'm sure he'd retract them, and the book was written before Ace claimed that Kiss tried to kill him. It's insane. But whatever the craziness around this band is so ridiculous. But here's what I'll say. Like, why? Like, why the need to... Peter is essentially retired. He performed for the last time a couple years ago, as he said. He's minding his own business. He's off the grid. He's enjoying his life, living comfortably in New Jersey with his wife. He isn't in the game anymore. He's not playing. He's not touring. He's not looking to come back into the band. The only thing he did was show up to help Gene sell his $1,000 box of demos. I mean, really? Why? And why do these guys constantly talk about people and how they were 10, 15, 20 years ago versus how they are now? You know, I don't get it. Yeah, Peter Criss was out there, active in the media, saying stuff. You know what? He's just leave him alone. The guy's not done anything to anybody in years. He's not even active playing.